Good morning, everybody. I am Dr. Kanhucharan Patro, neuroradiation oncologist. Today, I am going to tell about target delineation in medulloblastoma in radiotherapy aspects. As you know, medulloblastoma is the most common malignant brain tumor of childhood, commonly present as a midline mass on the roof of the fourth ventricle and sometimes with associated with the hydrocephalus. Treatment is typically consists of surgical resection, radiation, and chemotherapy. The prognosis is strongly influenced by surgical resection, presence of CSF metastasis at the diagnosis. In update classification of WHO classification of CNS tumor, there are 4 molecular groups, and the radiographic features are strongly influenced by the histologic type and molecular subtype. As you see in the CT picture, here there is a hyperdense or isodense area in the posterior fossa mass, and it is a laterally placed mass in the CT. You can see the contrast enhancement, heterogeneous enhancement, cystic and solid tumor, and there is a if you see the midline T1 contrast, it is the heterogeneous enhancement and spot enhancement, and you can see in the T1 contrast is the lateral placed mass, and in the you can see the some cyst hemorrhages in the cyst in the small cystic places in the T2 player. Again you see the edema, part of the edema here. In diffusion restricted diffusion image, it is mostly it is a highly malignant tumor, so solid plot is hyperintense, and corresponding this is hyperintense in the solid part, and corresponding ADC map shows hypointense. And perfusion scan, you can see there is a hyperperfusion area in the solid part in the cerebellum. So target volume, if you see, mostly whole brain, we have to include craniospinal, means cranial as well as spinal. So whole brain consists of cribriform plate, skull base, cranial nerves, foramina, spine, entire subarachnoid space to encompass the extension along the nerve root laterally. Boost posterior fossa versus tumor bed. Since the CSF space at the risk of disease dissemination, the entire arachnoid space is defined as the CTP in the craniospinal irradiation. So if you see either you plan prone or supine, the target volumes remains the same. So there are 3 guidelines. One is by our beloved Tejpal sir, and ISNO guideline. Another is the SIOP guideline, and some points from the AeroCares. So if you go for the imaging protocol, from vertex to mid-thigh you have to take CT as well as MRI spine T2 and MRI brain Fiesta sequence to know the nerve roots, T1 FSPGR for the normal structures, and at least 1 mm to 1 to 3 mm slice is required. So if you see the guidelines by various groups like SIOP and Children's Oncology group, I am focusing on the SIOP group here. So CTB, cranial CTB should include the brain, entire frontal lobe, cribriform plate, the geometric edges should be extended at least 5 mm inferiorly below the cribriform plate, and at least 1 cm below the base of skull. The spinal CTB extend lateral to the cover intervertebral foramen. Inferior spinal CTB must include the lower limit of thecal second spinal MRI. And inferior treatment field should be at least 1 cm below this. The missing target, usual common missing targets are cribriform plate. So better to contour the cribriform plate and ensure this is the window level and width. What is the width is 3000 and level is 400. The cribriform plate you can see here. The olfactory bulb resides by the side, and this is the horizontal plate of H1 which is bounded lateral by the vertical lateral lamella. So entire frontal lobe cribriform plate should be included. Another missing target is the temporal lobe. You should include the temporal lobe here. Contour the lower part of the temporal lobe and include it. The missing target again foramina. The cranial nerve roots with their individual dural sheath and spinal nerves emerge from the neural foramina with high dose radiotherapy region. The observation of MRI CSF flow beyond the inner tabular skulls into the cranial nerve foramina and cranial and canal ridges. The issue of accurate delineation of all PSFs as a CTB for CSI. The SIOP recommends 0.5 mm margin inferior to the cribriform plate and 10 cm rest of the skull base, whereas the children oncology group advises uniform margin 5 mm below the skull base. So why the skull base is very important? Because the cranial nerves exist and these cranial nerves contain dural sheaths. So we have to include the dural sheaths. So mostly optic nerve include you should include till the base posterior part of the globe, and the CSF around the Meckel's cleft. CSF extend to the inner tubular skull 16 mm in the internal acoustic meatus, and facial and auditory canal, glossopharyngeal accessory nerves in jugular foramen, hypoglossal nerve in the hypoglossal canal, and these things and dural sheaths should be included in these conditions, and included in these conditions. So to understand this, we have to need a Fiesta sequence, otherwise known as a CIS sequence in Siemens. So Fiesta is a fast imaging employing steady state acquisition is the G name for the balanced steady state gradient echo sequence the Siemens calls true FIS or Philips calls a balanced FFE. Fiesta and CSS is currently sequence of choice of for the cystoscopy and cranial nerves. Contrast is Fiesta C is the modification of basic Fiesta sequence, equivalent to Siemens product is the CIS. When used to 3D mode, it provides the high signal from CSF basal T1, T2 contrast, high partial resolution. So you can see here dural sheaths within Fiesta sequence, either CSI or PCI. You should choose the Fiesta sequence to include the cranial nerve loads. Dural reflections of posterior fossa cranial nerves were well demonstrated by Fiesta MRI. Measuring the CSF extension into these structures is feasible and robust. Mean CSF extension into the internal acoustic meatus and jugular fossa is measured. We plan further work to access coverage of these structures with proton and proton artery plans. So this that is the main thing. We have to include the base of skull. We have a cribriform part for the olfactory nerve, optic canal for optic nerves, superior orbital fissure for the oculomotor trochlear first branch of trigeminal and abduction nerve, foramen rotundum second branch of the trigeminal nerve, foramen ovale for the third branch of trigeminal nerve, internal auditory meatus for the facial and vestibulocochlear nerve, jugular foramen for glossopharyngeal, vagus and accessory nerves, hypoglossal canal for the hypoglossal nerves. So these are the anatomical locations. I am not going to the details. You can go, I will show you. So in optic nerve, people confuse whether we should include full length or partial length. CSF tracks around the optic nerve reaching up to the back of the globe. So majority patient expert pediatric radiation oncologists favor of including the whole optic nerve in the CTV. So CSF tracks around the optic nerve reaching up to the back of the globe. So include whole length of, here you can see the CSF hyperintensity. So include full length of optic nerve. Another is the, here you can see the trigeminal Gasserian ganglion, the dural sheath around the Gasserian ganglion. You can see the dural sheath around the internal acoustic meatus in the 7th and 8th nerve. So 7th, 8th nerve. So don't try to spare the cochlea by attempt to spare the cochlea by excluding CSF within internal acoustic meatus should be avoided. So never try to exclude the internal auditory meatus and the CSF tract inside the internal auditory meatus to decrease the cochlear dose. CSF flow in the jugular foramen, and you can see this is the jugular foramen and this is the carotid sheath. So this is jugular foramen. Here you should see glossopharyngeal nerve, and this nerve, as you can see, vagus, spinal accessory is a cranial accessory. All these things you can see the CSF tract. So include all these things. Again, in the hypoglossal canal, you can see the white arrows. These are the, you have to include the hypoglossal canal tracking. Apart from that, you have to contour the all foraminous, skull base foraminous. skull-based foramina or overlay, rotunum, supraoccipital fissure, internal acoustic meatus, hypoglossal canal, jugular nerve, and it all include at least we need CTB margin around this. So if you see, this is the skull, this is the skull base without cranial nerves, and contouring the all foramina, and you can give you can see the foramina structures coming out of the base of skull. So never forget or underestimate these foramina and include the all foramina. Some people tell that pituitary fossa is a extraaxial structure. Should we include? Yes, you have to include the posterior pituitary fossa, but in CSI, but not in the Proust planning. Spinal CTB, you have to take the whole spinal canal as well as the spinal nerve root. So these are the intervertebral foramina. We should include all these nerve roots. So always a confusion to include the cervical canal or not. In SIOPA guideline, they are telling that in 10 healthy individuals, MRI did not show any CSF around the sacral nerve roots in the sacral canals. So this sacral canal should not be included in the CTB. You can see here arrowhead, it is spinal canal, it is showing the CSF, but sacral canals does not show any CSF. Determination of thecal shake is very slightly complicated, and you have to find out. Placing inferior border at the middle of S3 vertebra help to cover the entire subarachnoid spine in all cases without MR. This study used to general guideline for placing the inferior border for a spinal adhesion, but you have to look for the spinal sagittal MRI to see the subarachnoid space. So spinal CTB must be determined imaging lower limit of the thecal sacs on spinal MRI. You can see here, and inferior treatment field border should be 1 centimeter below it. So your CTB should include beyond thecal sac at least 1 centimeter. So you can see lower level of CSF white arrow on sagittal T2, and lower level of CTB you have to include the 1 centimeter below the subarachnoid space. So if you see in the various parts of the buttock, this is spinous, this is transverse process, this is the facets, this is the rib facet, and this is the body, this is the spinal canal, pedicle and transverse process. The parts of vertebra bearing growing plates, body of vertebra, posterior element, facet joints, but not the lateral element, the transverse should be enclosed in the inferior jaws. So because of the growing kids, the body of the vertebra, posterior element, facet joints should be included and should get uniform dose, but not the transverse lateral elements and transverse processes should enclose in the uniform dose. So you can see this here, pedicle area, that is the intervertebral foramen, that should be included in your CTB. And this is the spinal roots, so we should include this spinal intervertebral foramen, and this is the intervertebral foramen in the sagittal section, so this has to be included in your spinal CTB. The PTB margin should be based on the departmental data. Most institutions add 3 to 5 mm for the CTB cranial and 5 to 8 mm for the PTB spinal. The conflicting part arises when you are planning for the posterior fossa boost. CTB entire posterior fossa including the brainstem should be included. PTB is equal to CTB plus 3 to 5 mm. Exclude pituitary unless it is involved. So you should exclude the pituitary unless it is involved. Bony landmarks, if you want to do through bony margas, superior 1 centimeter above the midpoint of line drawn between foramen magnum and vertex. Anterior posterior clinoids and anterior part of the posterior clinoid. Inferior is a C1 C2 junction. Posterior is the internal occipital protuberance. In tumor bed boost, where the all high risk patients should receive whole posterior fossa boost, but if you want to low risk groups, you can go for the tumor bed boost. And GTB should be gross tumor disease including T1 abnormality with or without contrast. Do not include surgical defects visible on post of MRI and that did not contain disease on pre of MRI. CTB, GTB plus 1.15 centimeter, exclude bone, tentorium, entirely brainstem. However, brainstem immediately adjacent to the tumor bed should be included in the assay of potential microscopic disease, and PTB around 5 mm. So from you can see here the whole posterior fossa boost. You can see with this advance of the technoid, you can this is the posterior fossa boost, and we can spare the cochlea in the CTB based concept for the posterior fossa boost. If whole posterior fossa boost, we cannot exclude the cochlea. So you can again reminding posterior fossa boost, posterior anterior posterior clinoid process, posterior interhospital protuberance, inferior C2 C3 interspace, somebody says C1 C2 interface, superior midpoint of foramen magnum and vertex 1 centimeter above the tentorium, at least tentorium you can see in MRI, and 2 opposing lateral fields. So, and this is the I have taken from slides layer from Dr. Santam. So superior border anterior to posterior aspect of clivus, posterior border in A, inferior border C to lower border, superior border to 2/3 of distance from the foramen magnum to the skull, and half to 2/3 distance from the foramen magnum to skull, according to the various guidelines. So your aim should be include the tentorium at 1 centimeter above the tentorium. In conclusion, delineation of claviform plates should be done and give CTB 5 mm. Delineation of skull base foramina do at least 1 centimeter elsewhere below the skull base. Delineate dural sheath of the cranial nerve, at least give 1 centimeter below the skull base. Delineate inferior part of the temporal lobe, cover adequately. PTB posterior fossa should extend anteriorly to the posterior clinoids and inferior to the C1 C2 junction. Spinal CTB extend lateral to the cover intravertebral foramen. Inferior border of spinal CTB must be determined by imaging of lower limit of thecal sac and spinal MRI. Inferior treatment fold border should be at least 1 centimeter below this. This will extend at least to inferior border of the second sacral segment like this S2 S3 interspace. Thank you very much. Hope you liked it. You can share and comment, and you can subscribe my channel to get more now videos.